What's going on, Fortnite fam? It is so great to see all of you once again.
50 teams competing in 12 games over the next 2 days, but there can only be one number one.
And of course, the Acts of Champions 2.0 all to give away. It's all to play for, and it starts right now.
After coming together this season and making it to finals off of VR in semifinals day number 1, Halon and Rapid had to channel that momentum into finals in order to have the best chances to win. On day 1, they had an amazing performance overall with 2 second place finishes and even a 9 elimination VR in game 5. But after all that, they only led in first by 3 points. Day 2 was a different story and a roller coaster of emotions, but when push came to shove in the final game, they were able to pick up 9 eliminations and a 3rd place finish to claim the top spot in the FNCS Chapter 3 Season 3 Championship.
Now, time for OCE. Alex and Bailey finally managed to get their FNCS win off the back of a 3rd and 2nd in the first 2 seasons of the chapter. After a rough day 1, they put themselves in 10th position going into day 2, so had it all to play for. The hard work and determination that they showed throughout the whole chapter was replicated with a stellar performance to mount a huge comeback in the 2nd day of finals.
チャプター3シーズン3の王者に君臨したのはミリム・ザゴーの日本人デュオ。予選1を2位で通過した彼らは決勝戦でも変わらない強さを見せつけます。ランドマークであるジョーン・ジーズで物資を整えた後、安定した位置取りと抜群のエム力でストームサージを難なくクリア。終盤戦ではハイグラウンドを意識した立ち回りに加え、圧倒的な対面力と巧みな生存スキルで着実にポイントを稼ぎます。決勝戦 Day1 ではマッチ1から7エリミネーションでビクトリーロイヤルを獲得し、順調な滑り出しを見せます。 Day2 では上位を争うチームに対し徐々にポイントを詰めていき、拮抗した優勝争いを繰り広げました。2日間の決勝戦を通して合計4回のビクトリーロイヤルを獲得した彼らは最終スコアを46エリミネーション340ポイントまで伸ばし、見事アジア1位の称号を手に入れました。
The Kings on top of EU's castles were Vadil and Janus. They placed in the top 10 in 75% of their matches, a feat only a few have ever achieved. Both Vadil and Janus over the last few years have developed from players who had to take fights to players who can choose to take fights only when it benefits them. Despite the zones being largely against them, they repeatedly found themselves in some of the best positions out of all teams in the lobby. Undoubtedly, this was due to their incredible volume of practice playing every scrim session available to them. After repeatedly being on top of the scrim leaderboards and grinding harder than anyone else in the lobby, Vadil and Janus are the owners of the new Acts of Champions 2.0.
O primeiro dia teve um domínio absurdo de C1 e Ed, que abriram mais de 50 pontos em relação ao segundo colocado. Mas mesmo com essa diferença, ainda tinha o segundo dia para deixar a emoção maior. A disputa estava muito aberta, com os líderes caindo cedo nas partidas. A consistência de Retake e Novice segurando colocações e fazendo um ótimo uso da luva de arpel fez com que eles alcançassem a liderança e assumissem ela no final do campeonato. Persidigueira, mesmo com a disputa de drop e dificuldades no meio de jogo, permaneciam muito bem no top 3, então tudo foi decidido no último endgame do campeonato, em um jogo com muita tensão, todo mundo se segurando ao máximo, mas o dia estava iluminado para Retake e Novice, que garantiram a coroa da FNCS pela primeira vez.
NA East FNCS was a nail-biter. The leader changed 9 times over the course of the 2 days. As we entered the final match, 3 duos were neck and neck. Booga and Miro held the lead. Avery and Commandment stood at their heels, while Pamsu and Fatch were ready to steal away a championship if the top 2 teams fell. Booga and Miro sputtered out in 21st, leaving an opening. Then, Commandment stunned with the clutch of a century. He took a game that should have ended in 3rd zone when Avery got knocked and turned it into an FNCS title. Commandment grabbed 1 refresh, then another elim, and yet another. With ice in his veins, Commandment snatched the championship.
On NA West, the tides have shifted as new champions rise to the top. Day 1 finals showed a very different leaderboard than in seasons past. While we expected to see Snacky Favs or Reed and Epic Whale at the top, this wasn't the case. The new contenders and Yumi and Cool showed up on day 1 to challenge the norm. After the first day, they had a 58-point lead over 2nd place. All they needed to do was be consistent, and the Acts of Champions was theirs. Game 7 and 8 were the opposite of day 1 though, as they fell in 35th and 26th place. This didn't discourage them though. They immediately won the next game with 7 eliminations. From this moment on, they continually showed up putting points on the board. After the 11th game, they knew they had won. Yumi and Cool are now your new champions of NA West FNCS.
Until next time, the Invitational, we love y'all. Keep yourself safe. And we'll see you on the Battle Bus.